What is up, YouTube? It is Matty and I have got an amazing video for you now, guys. It is the GoVaHo fresh hit version, so this is with no prior knowledge on the bases that we're going to take on, and I'm going to go through this strategy. It's possibly the best 3-star strategy out there for Town Hall 9. This is a Town Hall 9 video, and it's probably my favourite attack style as well. I do it all the time. You've seen it on my live attacks. Check the description if you want to have a look at that. I'm a war YouTuber, guys. If you haven't been to my channel before, this is the sort of thing I like to do. So please subscribe to the channel. I am going to make a spin-off series about this as well, to sort of highlight, go into more detail in different aspects of the strategy I'm about to show you. And yeah, if you subscribe, which I'll bring up on the screen now, an option to do that, you'll be able to see the full series that I take in and take it to a bit of detail with it as well. So why does this work? Firstly, it's a two-part strategy. You've got the kill squad, which you guys may or may not be used to, where you use golems, Valkyries, which is the main part. You guide them in with wizards, you break them in with wall breakers, and and the heroes go with them. That becomes your kill squad. They are there to drive into the base to take down certain key things like the queen, like trip some traps like giant bombs, to take down some defenses, hopefully expose, because you want those to go down as part of the kill squad, because that's add huge value. While all that's going on, all the defenses around the outside are normally distracted, and then you can use hogs to finish them off. So it's like a two-part strategy: kill squad with your Valks and your golems and your heroes, and then hogs to finish off the outside defenses. That's the idea behind it. They're great. Valkyries are amazing units for high HP, high damage per second as well. They take clusters of buildings down. They kill heroes quick. They kill CC troops quick. Although you want to be careful. Ideally you don't you don't want the Valks to engage the clan castle if you can get away with it. So being able to lure the CC cheaply at the start of the raid will help, and you'll see that in some of the example raids I'm going to show you. If not, try and get the clan castle troops to target your golems first before you drop the Valkyries, then send them in. So that's the idea. And yeah, Valks work very well with hogs if you get it right, and it's all about timing the strategy. So we're going to have a good overview look and see what we think. It's a very strong chance of fresh hit 3-starring on anti-2 and anti-3 star bases if you get it right. So what are the prerequisites? You need level 10 heroes, preferably level 15, preferably again 20 plus, of course. Level 2 Valks, level 3 golems, I'd say as high as you can, really. You know, you want the higher the better, so aim to get max troops. My stock army is this. 6 Valkyries seems to be a good amount to take down a good chunk of the base, especially when you complement them with a heal. So 2 golems, 1 in the CC for me, 2 poisons, because you've got to assume that there's not a golem or a hound in the CC, because you don't know. So anything else can be killed by a poison. Dragon, loons, wizards, giants, whatever. So yeah, poisons for them. 4 wall breakers, assuming you're breaking in a layer. Quad earthquake, because it's just an easy way to open up the base permanently, or a part of it. And the idea is you want to open up a big chunk of the base. So that's what we're going to be looking for in a little bit. And yeah, 6 Valks. 8 wizards. I normally use 6 for funneling, which is creating the pathway for my Valks, golems and heroes to go in, and 2 for cleanup, so make a note of that. And then I use 1 spare heal spell for the hog riders. Now I sometimes pre-plan where I'm going to place that heal spell. Sometimes I just see how the raid goes, because it's guesswork, because you don't know where the troops the Teslas and the bombs are, so it's a little bit difficult to guess. On some bases it's obvious, on some bases it's not. On a base where it's obvious, think about it, place it where you think is going to work. On a base where it's not so obvious, just play it by ear. This strategy is great for sort of ad-libbing and going in almost not blind, but going in with a loose plan and then just trying to adjust it on the fly when it happens, because Valkyries can be unpredictable. So can your heroes sometimes if the queen decides to walk around the outside, but you've got to try and just make it as clean as possible as part of the investigating the raid. So let's have a quick look at one of the raids I wanted to show. I'm going to try and make this a quick video, because I'm notorious for making longer videos, so I'm trying to speed it up for you guys. And the first one we're going to show is my attack on number 26. I did fresh hit 3-star too, but 2 bases that war, but 26 is the one I want to show. So let's have a look. I found a way to, on this base you can see there's giant bomb threats by the Expo there, between the Expo and air defense again, both sides as well, by the Expo and the air defense at the top by the Queen. what I need to do is take down the queen. I need to take down as many potential threats as I can. On this particular base, I chose to go this route in because the king is right there, so I can take him down as well. And watch my golem placement. My golem placement is to try and distract all of those defences. Place my wizards nice and wide so that they can take down the defense. Unfortunately, a Tesla pulled my golem away there, you saw, which was a little bit annoying. I used the test wall breaker and then the 3 to break in the actual layer of wall. But my golems did redirect in, which was what I needed them to do. I had a poison ready. You can see the CC is already been pulled. I need that dragon and that loon to go down. And while they're already distracted on the golem, I've sent my Valkyries in. Look, sent the king in. No one's running around the outside. Everything's gone in. That's the idea of what the funnel did. And now all those defenses are going to start to get distracted. This is what you want, because watch now, with distracted defences you're able to send the hog riders in and target the so for example on the left here I should be targeting that arch tower because it's shooting the golemites, and there you go, you hit the defences that are not looking at your hogs. And before you know it, if you do that, because you'll have enough hogs, because this strategy gives you quite a healthy amount of hogs left, you're going to be able to take down the defences. And you can see here both abilities I've still got, heal spell I've still got, and I've been able to 3-star the base. Yes, I caught some giant bombs, but because I've placed the hogs so sparsely around the base, it didn't matter too much. Be very aware, Valkyries like to sometimes break in and then back outside the base, and they're very unpredictable and difficult to manage, so you have to allow some room for error when you're planning these fresh hit 3-stars on these bases. Next one I want to show is an attack by Alex. Let's have a little look at what he's doing on this one. Slightly different. He brought a rage spell in. Everyone has their own style, and the army is fully interchangeable, fully customizable, and you need to build it customized to the base. If you can get in deep into a base, you're going to be taking the and you want to take them a lot of defenses down. So on this occasion, you can see the route he's going to break in, he's going to be able to get to expose, he's going to be able to get to the queen and the king, so you want to probably go a little bit heavier on the Valkyries, so he's gone for an extra one. Unfortunately, he did a wall breaker fail, which everyone does it now and again, but he's going to be able to muscle through anyway, so he's going to use his Valkyrie king, and he placed a king carefully then, you can see, and he's going to end up using his Valkyries to sort of go in and break in as well. So he's got through the layer of wall, which was the difficult bit. His queen's going to kill the pups. Didn't matter that it was a hound in the CC. The rage spells helped him with that. The Valks are going in now. Watch them, how quick they kill the queen, how quick they start taking those defences down. And look, with the defences distracted, he's just pumping in hogs on the sides, and they're going to take down the base. The heal spells to help keep their Valkyries alive, and because they got high such damage and HP, heals will work very well with Valkyries, and they work very well with hog riders. So again, interchangeable as to where you use them. He chose an entry point where there is likely to be giant bomb threats, and picked up 3 with his kill squad alone before the hogs even got there. So another awesome example of how this raid can be used. Moving through, let's have a little look in another war which I wanted to show you, which was by War vs Cold September, a very well known war clan. We've faced them very recently. My raid's down the bottom, 34. Let's have a little look. So you need to decide a route to get in deep, to open up the base. So you can see the clan castle there. If I place my earthquake on that, it's going to allow me access to almost 2/3 of the base. I mean, look at it. And now what I need to do is, now that I've identified a place to open the base, I need to think of a route in. So on this occasion, my route in, I decided to go down the bottom side. But what I saw is that I could cheaply, when I say cheaply, I mean how unit space, that was 5 unit space with a giant, pull the CC out. And because I could do that, I could check what it was, and if it was anything other than a hog, a golem or a hound, I can just poison it off and get rid of it, so there's no risk. This is a much less risk way of doing it, because they're not going to put any damage on your golems, on your Valkyries, on your heroes or anything like that, so it's gone. But the risk here was that the queen is in range of the golem, so she's going to pummel the golems while I'm creating my funnel, and yeah, that's the risk here. You have to create your funnel wide enough and big enough to be able to make sure your Valkyries and queen and king don't deviate, and you need to get your wall breakers in Always use test wall breakers, by the way, particularly on anti-3-star bases. I wall breaker failed on this one. Look, I had to end up manually forcing my Valkyries in because I should have waited for that air defense arch tower to go down, but I didn't. So the wall breakers targeted the wrong wall. So that was my mistake there. And also the queen didn't want to go inside either. So another probably positioning fail there. I should have dropped her a little bit further to the right than I did, but hey ho, c'est la vie. The queen's going to run around the outside, so I'm going to need to sort of counter for that during this raid. So the funneling is the hardest part of this. You need to make sure you get it right, because otherwise Valk's king will just shoot off to the sides, and then it's going to be very difficult. It adds difficulty when you're when things don't go right, but don't panic. You can see here, look, my queen's going the wrong way, my king's getting hit pretty heavy. So what I'm going to do is pop the king ability, use some hogs to take down those defenses hitting him, start bringing in the hogs from different angles. Hogs are hit, and my Valkyries are end up going to break outside the base, because that's what they wanted to do on this occasion. And this raid was actually quite difficult because everything was spread a bit thin. My Valks went the wrong way, my king went the wrong way, my queen went the wrong way, so it didn't quite work out. But just by powering through, I was able to work, get the 3-star. Obviously, you don't know where the giant bombs are, you don't know where the Teslas are, so you have to allow some room for improvisation, which is all what this strategy is all about. Improv, being able to adjust. Okay, here's a couple of things I would do. Consider when you're doing your hog drops, maybe 2 per defense. So if one defense is covering another, you might want to drop 2 on each, for example. So if you drop on an arch tower that's distracted, but there's a cannon a few tiles away that's not distracted, and it starts hitting those hogs, you're probably going to want to drop 2 on that as well. So 2 per defense is pretty good guideline. Obviously, it's dependent on what is around that. So you've got to sort of gauge a little bit of an idea before you go into the raid. And always when you scout a base, always think, how can I break in? Is there any risk on my troops running around the outside? How am I going to funnel? Where am I going to place my wizards? And how am I going to open the base up? Obviously heal the Valkyries and the kill squad while they're going in. And then the rest should just sort of almost, it begins to feel natural when you do it. The final raid I'm going to show is this one. And as I said, you always want to customize the army for how much of the work you want the Valks to do. So on this occasion, I'm going to get them to run around the outside of the base, and you can see I've used 2 jumps in this occasion as well, because the nature of the base is I can't open it up. The central compartment is too big. There's no chance for me to open that up. So I'm using my golems and my wizards to funnel in. My queen's decided to run around the outside again. So these raids aren't perfect, and that's the point of me showing you this. Raids don't go perfect when you're fresh hitting, because it's hard. You don't know how things are going to go, what's in the CC, where Teslas are. So you need to be able to have a strategy that can change a little bit as your raid changes. Like, for example, my queen's gone in and then out now, so I need to counter for that, and I'm going to try and keep her alive in a minute by sending some hogs in to try and take down those defenses. But because I couldn't open up the base, I've had to work with using 2 jump spells. That adds risk, because my Valks might go off course. And of course, when they can, they will. So you'll see here, my king goes in, follows the jump. My Valks, because they want to hit multiple buildings at one time, they found that they want to go outside the base. So again, using the hogs to try and keep the queen alive on the right side of the base. She's going to die eventually, because there's no way I can tank that much. So what I decided to do here is, my Valks have gone off course. I'm relying on my golem and my king now to go and tank for those 4 Teslas and Expo, and that's a heavy area, that is. So what I was waiting for was my king to start head over in that direction. I've got my heal spell, I've got 9 hogs left. Boom, hogs in, heal spell down. Everything's converging together, and this is what I mean, getting things time-wise right, because this is an occasion where I timed it right and it worked like a charm. The hogs are in the heal, they've come out perfect health, king's there, golemites are there, everything's there, and I ended up being able to whip off the quick 3-star. So yes, it worked. I'm really happy about it. GoVaHo, it's one of those strategies that you can take on pretty much any base with it. I haven't come across a base that I can't hit with it yet. To give you a couple of examples from the current war we're in, if I was hitting number, let's say 18, I've had a quick look at these bases. This one, prime example, giant bombs in by the Expos or Teslas, and probably everything's in the core there. So all I need to do is find a route in. You can do it through the bottom, through the top, through the side, send your golems and everything in, and once you've got your Valkyries in the core, so you want to probably go heavy on your Valkyries here, probably 7 or 8, and then get them in. They'll kill the heroes, hog the distracted defenses, you've got it. And then let's have a quick look at number 15 as well. Let's have a look where you are. Very common base. Example on this one, if you drop, say, you want to open that base up, perfect example here. If you drop just to that arrow, just on the queen plat, you can see just to the left of the number 20 there. If you drop it there, right in the middle, it'll open up that full compartment there to the both Expos. You've got an immediate route. Then you look, where would my route in be? And the answer is simple. It's through 12 o'clock. Look, if you can get into the compartment up here, the wall by the sweeper will be down, and you've got access to the full base. Get your heroes, your golems, your heroes, your Valks in there. Heal spell by the Expos. You've got yourself all giant bombs, well, most likely that's where the giant bombs are. All of them tripped. Hog the edges. Boom, you've got yourself another 3-star. So, yeah, probably the most versatile strategy I know. You can start mixing it with AQ walks, loons, things like that as you start to get more adventurous. Get comfortable with this strategy because it is the best one out there at the moment that I know, and it's the one that you'll see a lot of evidence in my videos. I'll put a few links to that in the description, but I hope you've enjoyed this, me discussing it, showing it you guys, talking through it in a little bit of detail, and keep your eye out for the spin-off series that I do with a bit more detail in as well from this. Subscribe to my channel. I'll put a link up again, just to give give you the option to, because war is my life. Clash of Clans is what I do for my entertainment, and I hope you guys see that and appreciate it and want to be go on this journey with me. So anyway, thank you.